Tired of your car breaking down after just a few years? Imagine being a delivery driver in 2025, zipping through city streets, clock ticking, customers waiting. Yet your car runs smoother than the day you bought it, even after 500,000 miles. Curious how some cars survive this long without a single major repair? It's not luck. Mechanics, long-haul truckers, and car enthusiasts all swear by simple habits that protect engines, brakes, and transmissions. Stick around, because these 15 driving habits can make your car last over 500,000 miles and save you thousands in repairs along the way. Number 15. Changing the oil on schedule. How long has it been since your last oil change? Skipping this simple step might feel harmless, but most people underestimate how fast old oil can ruin an engine. Oil doesn't just lubricate, it carries away heat, debris, and metal particles. When it's old or dirty, your engine fights friction and builds wear faster than you notice. Mechanics and long-haul drivers swear by sticking to oil intervals like clockwork, whether it's every 5,000 miles or whatever your car's manual recommends. Have you ever noticed how some older cars seem unstoppable while others fall apart at half the age? Chances are, the survivors never skipped oil changes. And it's not just the engine. Old oil affects fuel efficiency and even transmission longevity in some vehicles. Even if your car feels fine, delaying this maintenance is a gamble. Do you think skipping an oil change for a month is harmless, or is it silently costing your car thousands? Number 14. Following the owner's manual service intervals. Do you actually read your car's manual, or is it just a stack of paper in the glove box? Most people ignore it, and that's a huge mistake. The manufacturer designs every service interval, from timing belt replacements to coolant flushes, to protect your car for hundreds of thousands of miles. Ignoring these schedules is like skipping vaccinations. The problems don't show immediately, but they pile up silently. Mechanics and seasoned drivers know this secret. Cars that follow the manual often outlast their peers by decades. Have you ever wondered why two identical cars from the same year can age so differently? One likely had attentive maintenance, the other skipped what seemed unimportant. Missing these intervals can turn a minor fix into a catastrophic failure, often costing thousands. Which do you trust more, the person who follows instructions carefully or the one who hopes nothing goes wrong? Number 13. Accelerating and braking gently. Have you ever watched a delivery driver in the city, weaving through traffic with sudden stops and starts? Notice how some cars last forever while others seem to fall apart under the same conditions. That difference often comes down to one habit: how you accelerate and brake. Slamming the gas or stomping the brake might feel fine in the moment, but it puts enormous stress on your engine, transmission, brakes, and suspension. Every harsh stop or launch creates tiny amounts of wear that add up over hundreds of thousands of miles. On the flip side, smooth driving keeps fluids flowing, parts moving evenly, and tires wearing consistently. Think of it like jogging versus sprinting every day. One builds endurance, the other breaks you down. Experienced mechanics and long-haul drivers often notice a pattern. Cars driven gently last far longer with fewer repairs. Are you someone who taps the gas aggressively at every light, or do you glide through traffic like a pro? Could a small change in how you press the pedals save you thousands in repairs? And here's a debate for you. Is it better to accelerate gently in city traffic or conserve fuel with eco modes, even if it feels slow? Comment your thoughts. People love sharing their driving style tips. If you're finding these tips useful, hit that like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss the next habit. Number 12. Avoiding frequent short cold trips. Do you usually run to the corner store or drive 5 minutes to work, then call it a trip? Short cold trips might seem harmless, but most drivers overlook the hidden damage they cause. When the engine doesn't reach operating temperature, moisture and fuel don't burn off properly. Oil thickens, sludge forms, and engine components wear faster. This is why a car that sits idle for hours and then is used only for 2 to 3 mile trips often ages faster than one driven on longer, consistent routes. Delivery drivers, sales reps, and busy parents notice this firsthand. Engines from cars that see longer, steady drives last far longer. Following this habit doesn't require drastic lifestyle changes. Even combining errands or taking slightly longer routes helps. What most people miss is how repeated short trips silently degrade the engine over years, eventually leading to costly repairs. Do you think your daily 5-minute drives are safe, or could they be shortening your car's life? And here's a point for debate. Is it better to warm up your car in place for a few minutes or just start driving gently? Share your take in the comments. You'll be surprised how many people get this wrong. Number 11. Maintaining correct tire pressure and alignment. When was the last time you checked your tire pressure? Many drivers ignore this simple habit, but it's a hidden key to making a car last. Underinflated or overinflated tires don't just reduce fuel efficiency. They put uneven stress on your suspension, wheel bearings, and even your brakes. Misaligned wheels increase tire wear and force the engine and drivetrain to work harder to compensate. Mechanics and delivery drivers often notice a trend. Cars with properly maintained tires tend to last hundreds of thousands of miles longer. Keeping tires correctly inflated and aligned also prevents dangerous blowouts, which can cause secondary damage to other parts of the car. Have you ever noticed some older cars seem to glide effortlessly while others feel twitchy or pull to one side? Chances are, it's all about tire care. Most people miss how small changes in tire maintenance can save major repair bills. Would you rather spend 5 minutes checking your tires weekly or face thousands in suspension and brake repairs later? And here's a debate question. Is it better to focus on exact tire pressure numbers or prioritize alignment even if pressures are slightly off? Drop your thoughts. Drivers love sharing hacks for keeping their wheels in perfect shape. Number 10. Rotating tires regularly. Do you rotate your tires or just wait until they look worn? Skipping this step is one of the most common mistakes drivers make, and it quietly shortens a car's life. Tires wear unevenly because front and rear wheels handle different forces. Front wheels steer, carry more weight, and experience braking differently than rear wheels. Rotating tires spreads this wear evenly, protecting suspension components, improving traction, and reducing the chance of blowouts. Long-haul drivers and car enthusiasts swear by regular rotation. It can extend tire life by thousands of miles and prevent damage that spreads to shocks, struts, and even the drivetrain. What most people miss is that uneven tires can silently misalign suspension over time, leading to costly repairs long before the car shows obvious problems. Do you think skipping tire rotation is harmless, or could it be secretly damaging your car? And here's a debate for you. Is rotating every 5,000 miles better than following seasonal rotation schedules? Comment below. Drivers love weighing in on these small changes that make huge differences over hundreds of thousands of miles. Number 9. Replacing fluids proactively. Transmission, coolant, brake. How often do you check your car's fluids beyond the oil? Most drivers focus only on oil and forget the silent killers: transmission fluid, coolant, and brake fluid. Ignoring these can turn minor maintenance into catastrophic repairs. Transmission fluid lubricates gears, prevents overheating, and keeps shifting smooth. Coolant regulates engine temperature, preventing overheating or freezing that can crack the engine block. Brake fluid ensures your braking system works reliably, avoiding corrosion and hydraulic failure. Mechanics, long-haul drivers, and enthusiasts all notice a trend. Cars that replace these fluids proactively last far longer, sometimes well beyond 500,000 miles. Waiting until a warning light appears is too late. By then, damage may already be done. Have you ever wondered why some older cars run smoothly while others of the same age struggle with transmission or cooling failures? The difference is often simple: fluid maintenance. What most people miss is that fluids degrade naturally, even without visible leaks, and losing sight of this gradually destroys expensive components. Are you someone who only replaces fluids when something goes wrong, or do you schedule proactive checks like the pros? Here's a discussion for you. Which is more critical for longevity, transmission, or coolant maintenance? Comment your take. People love weighing in with personal experience. Investing in fluid care now can save thousands later and make your car a true high-mileage warrior. Number 8. Fixing small problems promptly. Do you ignore a tiny rattle, leak, or warning light thinking it's no big deal? You're not alone. Most drivers do this, and it's one of the fastest ways a car's lifespan gets cut short. Small issues rarely stay small. A minor coolant leak can slowly corrode the engine block. A worn timing belt can snap and ruin internal components, and a tiny brake problem can quickly escalate into a dangerous failure. Even a minor suspension squeak could signal a bushing or joint on the verge of collapse. Mechanics, fleet drivers, and car enthusiasts all swear by addressing small problems immediately. They notice a pattern. Cars that get attention early often run past 500,000 miles with minimal major repairs, while cars that wait and see often don't make it half that distance. Have you ever watched two identical cars, one meticulously maintained and the other only fixed when things break? The difference is staggering. Most people miss how quickly small issues compound. Ignoring them isn't saving time or money. It's gambling with thousands of dollars in repairs and potential safety risks. Prompt repairs also make diagnosing future problems easier. If a car shows early signs of a system failure, catching it immediately prevents cascading damage to other components. Are you the type to DIY minor fixes or take them straight to a mechanic? Which approach do you think actually keeps your car healthier? Fixing small problems promptly might feel inconvenient, but it's one of the most underrated habits for ultra-long vehicle life. The sooner you act, the more miles your car can survive, and the fewer emergency repairs you'll face down the road. Number 7. Using quality parts and fluids. Choosing the cheapest brake pads, filters, or engine oil might seem like a smart way to save a few dollars, but low-quality parts can destroy a car over hundreds of thousands of miles. Substandard components often lead to cascading failures. Cheap oil breaks down faster, leaving engine parts unprotected, while low-quality belts or hoses can crack or snap, damaging critical systems like the timing chain or cooling system. Even poorly made aftermarket parts can wear unevenly and put stress on other components. Mechanics, fleet operators, and seasoned drivers notice a pattern. Cars with high-quality parts and fluids consistently outlast those with bargain replacements. Whether it's synthetic motor oil, OEM brake pads, or a reputable transmission fluid, investing in quality is a strategy for longevity. Most people miss that this habit isn't just about performance. It's about avoiding future headaches, costly repairs, and breakdowns on the road. Ask yourself, would you rather spend a few extra dollars on a part that lasts or gamble on cheap replacements that might fail at 200,000 miles? Which approach makes your car more likely to reach 500,000 miles without major repairs? People often debate, are OEM parts always better than high-end aftermarket alternatives? Share your experience in the comments. Drivers love trading tips on quality upgrades. Making smart choices today ensures your car stays reliable, safe, and far less expensive to maintain over the long haul. Quick reminder, subscribe and like now so you can keep your car running past 500,000 miles. Number 6. Avoiding overloading and towing beyond rating. Packing your car with every grocery, piece of luggage, or sports gear might feel harmless, but overloading and exceeding towing limits is one of the most overlooked habits that silently wrecks vehicles. Each extra pound strains the suspension, brakes, engine, and transmission. Over time, this stress accelerates wear and can lead to catastrophic failures. Even towing slightly above a vehicle's rating multiplies strain on components, from the drivetrain to cooling systems. Experienced truckers, delivery drivers, and mechanics notice a clear pattern. Cars kept within their weight limits last significantly longer. Most people miss that the damage isn't always immediate. A heavily loaded car may feel fine for months, but subtle wear accumulates in bearings, axles, brake lines, and even the chassis. Overloaded vehicles also risk overheating, premature tire wear, and faster fluid degradation. Think about it. Two identical SUVs, one regularly overloaded, the other always within limits. Which one lasts 500,000 miles? The difference is huge. Are you someone who occasionally bends the rules, or do you stick to rated loads consistently? And here's a debate. Is it worse to overload your car occasionally or tow slightly beyond limits for short trips? Comment below. People love sharing their experiences with cargo, trailers, and car longevity. Keeping loads reasonable protects your car, saves money, and ensures it stays reliable for hundreds of thousands of miles. Number 5. Maintaining the cooling system. When was the last time you checked your radiator, hoses, or coolant levels? Most drivers only notice the cooling system when the temperature gauge spikes or a warning light appears. But by then, serious damage may already be underway. Your car's cooling system is the lifeline that prevents engine overheating. Without it, metal expands, gaskets fail, and engines warp. Even small issues like a slightly clogged radiator or low coolant can snowball into major repairs over time. Mechanics, long-haul drivers, and seasoned car enthusiasts know a secret. Cars that survive past 500,000 miles almost always have meticulously maintained cooling systems. Flushing the coolant, checking hoses, inspecting the thermostat, and keeping the radiator clean aren't glamorous tasks, but they're essential. Most people miss that neglecting small leaks, or old coolant doesn't just risk overheating. It gradually wears out the engine, shortens belt life, and stresses the transmission. Ask yourself, Do you wait for an overheating incident, or do you schedule cooling system checks like clockwork? Have you ever debated whether using regular tap water in a pinch is safe, or if only the recommended coolant should go in? Comment your approach. People love sharing their coolant hacks and horror stories. Regular attention to the cooling system prevents catastrophic failures, keeps performance steady, and protects your car's longevity. It's a small investment in time with huge rewards in reliability, mileage, and peace of mind. Number 4. Replacing belts and chains on time. Do you check your timing belt or serpentine belt regularly, or wait until it snaps? Replacing belts and chains on schedule is one of the most overlooked habits for long-lasting cars. These components keep your engine synchronized and power critical accessories like the water pump, alternator, and air conditioning. When a belt fails, damage isn't limited to the belt itself. The engine can suffer catastrophic harm, from bent valves to complete failure. Experienced drivers and mechanics notice a clear pattern. Cars that replace belts and chains on time last significantly longer. Most people miss that stretching replacement intervals is a gamble. Even one skipped interval can lead to tens of thousands in repairs. Chains and belts wear silently. Fraying, cracks, or slack may not trigger immediate symptoms, but they slowly compromise engine integrity. Consider this: 2 identical cars, same mileage. One follows the belt and chain schedule, the other doesn't. Which one makes it to 500,000 miles without a major engine rebuild? The difference is obvious. Do you wait until the belt looks worn, or do you follow manufacturer timelines? And here's a debate question. Is it safer to replace belts a little early, or stick strictly to the recommended mileage? Share your take in the comments. Timely replacement protects your engine, prevents cascading failures, and keeps your car running smoothly for hundreds of thousands of miles. Number 3. Avoiding sustained high RPMs. Pushing your engine to the red line for long stretches might feel thrilling, but sustained high RPMs put tremendous stress on the engine, transmission, and drivetrain. Heat builds up faster, oil breaks down quickly, and internal components wear unevenly. Mechanics and long-haul drivers notice a clear pattern. Engines that avoid prolonged high RPM driving often last hundreds of thousands of miles longer. Even occasional high RPM bursts can accelerate wear, making moderation the key to ultra-high mileage and long-term reliability. Most drivers miss how quickly high RPMs accumulate wear. It's not just about fuel economy, it's about longevity. Repeated high RPM driving can warp pistons, strain bearings, and stress valves. Even a single long session at extreme RPMs in hot conditions can shorten an engine's lifespan significantly. Do you usually shift gears to keep RPMs moderate, or do you push your car aggressively on every trip? Here's a debate. Is it better to occasionally drive at high RPMs for performance, or consistently keep RPMs moderate for engine health? Share your experience in the comments. People love discussing driving styles. Adopting a moderate RPM habit preserves oil efficiency, reduces engine strain, and keeps transmission smoother. Over hundreds of thousands of miles, this simple habit can mean the difference between an engine that survives and one that fails prematurely. Number 2. Preventing rust with regular washing and sheltered parking. Parking outside in the rain or snow might seem harmless, but rust is the silent killer of vehicle longevity. It doesn't just affect the car's appearance. It slowly eats through structural components, suspension parts, and even brake lines. Cars exposed to salted roads, moisture, and debris deteriorate faster, often long before the engine reaches 500,000 miles. Protecting your car with regular washing and sheltered parking preserves both its structure and long-term performance. Most people miss how small habits make a huge difference. Regular washing, especially the undercarriage, removes corrosive salt and grime. Sheltered parking shields your car from prolonged exposure to water, sun, and snow, which all accelerate rust. Mechanics and long-term car owners notice a clear trend. Vehicles protected from corrosion often outlast others by decades. Ask yourself, do you let rainwater and road grime sit, or do you clean and protect your car regularly? And here's a debate. Is it better to focus on washing more often, or prioritize covered parking if you can't do both? Comment your approach. People love sharing hacks for keeping their cars rust-free. Maintaining a rust-free body preserves structural integrity, prevents costly repairs, and ensures your car remains safe and functional for hundreds of thousands of miles. Number 1. Keeping detailed service records. Do you remember the last time you checked your car's maintenance history, or is it scattered across receipts and memory? Keeping detailed service records is one of the most underrated habits for making a car last over 500,000 miles. Most drivers underestimate how much organized documentation can influence longevity, repairs, and even resale value. A well-kept record shows exactly what's been done. Oil changes, belt replacements, fluid flushes, tire rotations, and every small repair. This transparency prevents missed maintenance and helps mechanics diagnose issues faster and more accurately. Imagine this: two identical vehicles with the same mileage. One has a full history of every service, while the other has inconsistent records or none at all. Which one do you think survives longer without major repairs? Experienced mechanics and long-term car owners notice a clear pattern. Cars with meticulous records are far more likely to hit 500,000 miles. Why? Because owners who track every maintenance task are usually disciplined about following schedules and fixing small issues promptly. Most people miss that keeping records isn't just about organization, it actively protects your car. When a minor issue arises, a mechanic can see past services, recognize recurring problems, and prevent small faults from turning into catastrophic failures. Do you rely on memory, or do you note every service and repair meticulously? Here's a debate for you. Is a digital log better than a traditional paper record for long-term tracking, or does it matter as long as the information is accurate? Comment below. Drivers love sharing their record-keeping hacks and tools. Maintaining detailed service records ensures consistency, accountability, and smarter repairs. It's a habit that costs little but pays massive dividends in reliability, safety, and longevity. When combined with the other 14 habits, record-keeping transforms ordinary cars into long-lasting, high-mileage machines that defy the limits most drivers expect. By following these 15 driving habits, your car can easily surpass 500,000 miles without major repairs. From changing oil on schedule to keeping detailed service records, every small action adds up to massive longevity. Which of these habits do you already follow, and which ones do you need to start? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share your tips, and join the conversation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow drivers who want their cars to last a lifetime.